name is Kateryna Odarchenko, and today I want to talk with you about profession of political consultant and profession of political manager. So what this type of people do, and how you can became and start profession of political consultant. So I work with Ukraine and with countries of CIS countries, so in the post-Soviet Union territory, and this field of practice is quite new for our countries. But today in Washington DC we also share some experience about our experience and practices in these countries, and about practices of political consultant and political management here in the United States. And it's very interesting because United States use mostly social media tactics. They also use methods of targeting and narrow targeting in all period of campaigning, in all steps of campaigning, for example in door-to-door database and so on and so forth. In our countries it's quite different because we haven't, for example, databases for all voters. Also we have different political forces and different political brands, and these political brands can exist, for example, for 1 year or 3 years, so not so long to be some strategy think and strategy community to do reforms in our countries. But if you want to become a political manager in these countries or also in Europe, you must understand some strategies and some tactics which you can use in your practice. So firstly, you must understand the algorithm of polling and work with pollsters to know your voter and to know how your ideas understanding in voters' minds. Yeah. So firstly, you must read all open pools. Yeah, if you have in your country good and quality pool, for example, from media or from some channels or from some think tanks, which do these pools every time. And of course, you must do your pool and ask your voters. For example, it's for Ukraine to 1 till 2,000 voters to test your ideas. When you do this pool, you must do focus groups, so discuss with your voters how they understand you, how they understand your image, how they understand brand of your political force, and so on and so forth. So focus groups is also very important because they give to you some quality of mind, some quality of thinking of people who will vote for your political force or will vote for you as a person. After this, you must write.
Mit drei Jacken, 4 Handschuhen, Socken und
So after focus groups, you must write your strategy. What is strategy? Strategy is very important document. It's presentation or word document about main thing. So who you are, what's your biography, what's your background, what's your aims in this campaign, how much votes you need, some information about your district or information about territory of your country if you work with political forces. It's also main messages, because message it's essence of your work, it's essence of your values, and it's also very important. Next, after message, it's some main quotes and materials, also written materials about your position, and it's also your branding, your logo, your photos, your photo bank, your video bank, which you must use and which you test on your pools, and it's also part of strategy. And of course, the second part of your work, it's tactics. So how you will communicate If strategy it's what about you will communicate, tactics it's how you will communicate with your voters. So tactics it's your part of field work or work with voters in door-to-door systems, in meetings on the streets, in other activities, and also it's part of advertising and media communication. So how you will communicate in social media, how you will communicate in TV, how you will buy radio spots, and so on and so forth. And it's also a plan of your activities, and it's also your budget. So the third part of this full document, it's your budget. So how much money you can fundraise, and how much money you will use for your campaigning. And how much money you have, for example, in emergency variant. So budget is also very important because some political forces start with very good budgets and they do a massive advertising on the start of campaign, and on the end they haven't resources, for example, to do the last bit of their campaign. So it's also very important. If you can think about this main three part, and if you have your experience in management of full process, it's very good, and you can also read some books about good tactics, which for now it's actual in Europe, it's actual in your country, and it will be good products. Of course, for good document you must have a good team. For example, a person who understands very good in ratings of TV spots, which can write a good media plan for you, and so on and so forth. So in your team must be, firstly, it's sociologist or pollster. Second, it's person who understands field technology, so how you can communicate with voters in field conditions, for example, door to door, and also media expert who will plan your media strategy. Of course, you also must have heads of budget department, and you must also have secretary who will work with candidate schedule or party leader schedule, and so on and so forth. And also you, after this planning, you will HR new persons for your office to start your campaign and to do your plan every day, and to go to your winning of these elections. So if you want to work as political manager in these countries or in Europe, you must understand this algorithm, so strategy, tactics, budget, and then result, and you will be very successful in your campaigning. Thank you.